Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today, since I'm on deadline and I'm rushing to get everything ready and paying attention to all the details and it has all my focus, I'm gonna record for you guys today a mini marketing tip. And the first of my mini marketing tips is the punchy one-liner. All right, so I think a lot of people, when they think about marketing their books, they're just thinking about advertising, telling other people about your books and that sort of thing. Like, how can I pay for marketing? How can I rearrange these things to get more people's eyes on my books? And all that is part of your marketing. But a lot of what I'm going to teach you here at Heart Breathings, including my series on how to build a best-selling series, is all about sort of building your marketing from the ground up. Instead of getting the product ready and throwing it up there and then later deciding how you're going to get eyes on it, try to build your series from the beginning with a lot of great marketing already like inherently in the series. And today's mini marketing tip is all about your blurb and having a punchy sort of one-liner hook that gets people immediately into your story. Think about, for example, movies. When you've got that movie poster or somebody is talking about this great TV show that's going to be coming out, or like season 2 of whatever, there's usually that punchy little thing that would go like right there on the movie poster. I didn't actually get a lot of examples from movies, but if you go to, it used to be like TV Guide would be a great place to go look for this. So if you still have your like, TiVo or whatever DVRs and you're going and looking at your digital cable, go and look at the descriptions that they have for some of the movies that are out there, because sometimes those one-liners are terrible, but sometimes they're like a gold mine. Or go on to Google and search for a show that you really like The Vampire Diaries, and look for like images or teaser images and see what kinds of like one-liners people pulled out, because sometimes you can really start to get a good idea of what works as that punchy one-liner. What you're aiming for is, when someone says, "What's your book about?" that you can go, boom, and they go, "Oh my God, I gotta read that." If you can get that little one-liner that intrigues, it doesn't have to explain your whole story. Now you're gonna have to write your blurb that's gonna explain, the basics of like description of your book, like the back cover copy of the book. And that's super important. And, we'll talk about writing great blurbs another time. But what I'm talking about is that kind of catchphrase that could go maybe at the beginning of your blurb, or if you're running an ad on Facebook. What I'm also talking about here is that punchy one-liner that may not even super describe your book, but it's something that the minute people hear it, they immediately are intrigued. They're really interested. It conveys sense of the genre that you're writing. It conveys that high concept hook that is great for ad copy. So at the front of your website, when you're doing teasers and you're posting them on websites or on Facebook or on social media, if you are running a Facebook ad, having that great one-liner at the top that just makes people stop in their tracks, and like all they have to do is read that one line and immediately they want to read your book, it's going to be so much easier. Now you can also run Amazon ads. They're called AMS ads. And if you go to Amazon and you look on the AMS ads, like sponsored products underneath the books, you'll see a lot of like 1 or 2 line descriptions for those books. Now people are paying for those ads and they're deciding what goes in. So you're the one, the author, that makes those decisions about what's going to go in that little space there underneath the book cover. And you've literally got like 50 books in a carousel there. So if you want to catch their eye other than your book cover, you got to have that punchy description. So writing a great punchy description is key for your advertising, for describing your book, and for getting readers immediately intrigued. People have very short attention spans these days, so it's important to get them as quickly as possible. I'm going to give you some examples, and I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can read them because I've got them here on my computer. So for example, Big Little Lies. A lot of you may know this from HBO just did a mini series. It's a book by Leanne Moriarty and it's amazing. Well, if you look at the front of her blurb on Amazon, it says, "A murder, a tragic accident, or just parents behaving badly. What's indisputable is that someone is dead." I mean, that's pretty brilliant. It's just 2 short lines, very punchy. If someone saw that along with the book cover, they would immediately buy it, which is why it's one of these hugely best-selling books. But it gives you an idea that this is a mystery, but it also is about parents. It's about whether this was a murder or an accident, and it gives you some of that idea of the drama that's going to go on between those parents throughout the book. So it gives you a lot of that. An example from mine, Deep Dark Secrets, which is a YA paranormal mystery, my one-liner is, the deadliest secrets are the ones we keep from ourselves, which immediately, you know, it's a mystery, you know, there's secrets involved, and you know, there's some sort of psychological thing going on there. Like, what secrets could she possibly be keeping from herself? Helen Harper is an urban fantasy author, and she has a great series called Slouch Witch, and it's about a lazy witch. Like, it's so fun. But her little tagline at the very beginning of that book blurb is, hard work will pay off later, laziness pays off now. It lets you know there's going to be humor in this. It lets you know that the character is going to be this lazy witch. You know, hard work will pay off later. I don't really want to do it. So between the book cover and that great little one-liner, punchy one-liner, she's got you hooked already if you're looking for something that is fun and urban fantasy. Emily Sears' Push and Pull, the first book of her Vampire Favors series, never make a deal with a vampire. It always comes back to bite you. Really great punchy one-liner there. Actually 2 lines, but you know what I'm saying. Just scrolling through those sponsored product ads on Amazon, I saw one by Emma L. Adams called Celestial Magic that says, chosen by heaven, marked by hell, which will she choose? That gives you a good idea of what the conflict is, and that, you know, you immediately, with asking that question, you immediately want to know, well, which one is she going to choose? Meant to Be, just a totally different kind of example from a contemporary romance. Melody Grace's Meant to Be says, what happens when this unlucky in love romance author goes searching for her soulmate and finds true love waiting in Sweetbriar Cove? That immediately, it gives you that question. So you do, hey, what does happen? I want to know. But it also gives you, you know, a sense of character. She's an unlucky in love romance author, but she's searching for her soulmate. And you find out about, you get interested in Sweetbriar Cove. So what is that? Oh, it sounds like a beach small town romance. It gives you that feel for exactly what that series is about. So if someone's looking for it, they're going to immediately want to clue in on that. So if your book is humor, put a little bit of humor in that one-liner. If your book is mystery, put something about the mystery and intrigue in there. If you can come up with something that immediately grabs your attention, it has that punch to it, it just has that little bit of like, ooh, that sounds great, you're going to be so much better off. I worked with a couple on my ads for Beautiful Demons and my Beautiful Demons box set that have worked really well. And sometimes it takes practicing, putting them up there, seeing how people react, asking your friends, asking readers, what do you think of this? Putting it up on teasers, see how many people respond to it or react to it. And you may go through lots before you really find those one-liners that really have the punch, but it's worth it to spend the time on it because you're going to use it in advertising every time you talk about your book blogs, teasers, all of that. So take the time ahead of time when you start to, you know, when you're done writing your book and you're about to publish it, to write 3 or 4. My 2 best performing ones for my Beautiful Demons series are Dark Secrets Hide Within, which worked great because there's a picture of a house on the cover and the girl's walking toward it. So it's kind of like, ooh, what dark secrets are in there? And my second one was Never Trust the Popular Girls. And I ran a Facebook ad using just like a picture of like a girl just kind of staring at you, kind of a creepy picture that really caught your eye. And then at the top, Never Trust the Popular Girls, ... And I am telling you, I got thousands of clicks, tens of thousands of clicks on that ad for people that are interested in my book based on the advertising. So hopefully you can see the power of really taking some time thinking about your book, making sure you're giving an idea of genre and the tone of your book in this blurby kind of like 1 or 2 line thing. Because trust me, when it comes to your advertising, your Twitter feed, any of your social media that you're wanting to get people's attention to really fast, one of the best ways to do that is with your punchy one-liner that gets them right in. And one of the traps that I see people have is they want to like describe their whole book in it, but come up with something that's really short and punchy. It could be 1 line, it could be 2 lines, maybe you could stretch it to 3 lines if they were really short. but coming up with maybe 2 or 3, if you could sit down and brainstorm 10 and then start running them by people, I think you could really start to tweak some and find a really good set of options. Put it at the top of your blurb, put it on all your advertising. When you do social media posts and teasers, use that because it will immediately draw people into your series. All right, guys, that is it for this very short mini marketing tip from Heart Breathings. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.